Three things. Count them. It might be more, might be less. First of all, welcome. Welcome to all of you, and welcome to some of our newbies who are here for the very first time. So, this is where all the magic happens. I want to say something about the arrangements, about Revelation and what we plan for it, and something about our conventions in general. So some about the arrangements today. We are surrounded by food here at the Garrison Hotel, but there is an opacity as to how you actually acquire it. And those of us who are here quite frequently appreciate this and understand and can navigate that. Those of you who are new sort of might be wandering around getting very hungry and concerned. So just to sort of let you know how it works, or doesn't, there may be some sheets that might appear on the bar sometime during the day. You can write your name on one of the options down there, and then around about 6 o'clock, you'll head down and get the food in the bar. So you can pre-order that and probably pay for it in advance if you can manage it. So that's one thing you can do, or you can decide to go to the many of the fabulous eating emporiums that surround this place.
Le McDonald's?
Or the McDonald's, you can go there as well. And find food. So that's kind of food. Teas and coffees will be served at a sort of a fairly random sort of cadence during the weekend, and it's fairly basic, but it's nice to have it. And if you need sort of teas and coffees, you can get that here. The games and the schedule, basically we're just here to like have a good laugh and play some games, and I'll talk a bit about Revelation and why that's particularly amazing for that. But the game schedules are, sorry?
QR code.
QR code, exactly. So we've got a bit high tech. It's one of those strange puzzle QR codes. If you do scan the QR code, it will take you straight to the menu, and it's got all the kind of stuff in there. Or, if you're not quite sure, just ask somebody and they'll tell you where you're going for your next game.
There are some bigger QR codes around the place as well.
Bigger QR codes dotted around as well. So if you can't do QR codes, then more power to you, actually.
Ask someone else, they're sure to help.
Expert nerding out, well done.
So, we've got lots of lovely games. So thank you so much to the GMs or the MCs or whatever you're going to describe yourself. I really don't mind. They've got some great games here. Something about Revelation. Revelation is one of my favourite conventions. We're quite a small, convivial grouping, but there is something about the play to find out, the sort of collaborative nature of the games that we play that really draw out, I think, fantastic stories in very strange and unpredictable ways, but that's because it's us, right? So that's going to be the case. I conceived of Revelation initially. Revelation was kind of a play on two things. One was the revelatory nature of the games. So I never quite know what's going to happen in a game of PbtA, and that's one of its strengths, so hence Revelation. The other side of Revelation was it's the final book of the Bible. It's apocalyptic. Apocalypse Now was kind of a play on that as well. So it was very much, we conceived Revelation as being very much a PbtA, a Powered by the Apocalypse series of games, because they're such fun. And that's
Theology graduate.
yeah, theology, well, yeah, some time ago. And so it has been. We've broadened it out to include things like Forged in the Dark, and Candela Obscura, and some other games, and some others. Trophy.
Yeah, we quite often have a guest game, like a guest ale. If someone blags with Graham that it's PbtA or Blaze in the Dark derived.
Revelation slightly is to open it out. So we're going to open it out slightly from next year. So we're going to look at sort of story games, fairly light games, but we're going to open it out slightly from purely PbtA and Forged in the Dark. My initial pitch, I've already pitched Dungeons & Dragons 4th edition. It was turned down. It's got some of the best storytelling advice in the Dungeon Master Guide anywhere. Okay, you could do tactical grid-based combat as well, but you know, whatever. Anyway, so we're going to open it out slightly next year. We'll talk more about that sort of between now and then. But the focus is very much collaborative, sort of fiction first, storytelling games. So hurrah for that. Finally, something about our conventions. So we run 4 conventions. We've got a cousin convention in Seven Hills, so that's kind of 5. Plus there is Gen Con with a J, which is a Paizo-based convention which takes place here as well. So this place is a real hub for conventions. Come as often as you can if you feel like you want to. We have been in dialogue with quite a lot of you about making our conventions as accessible and clear as possible. And there is something about the sort of weight of rather sort of obscure law that's built up so you can understand how to navigate our conventions. And I think that's a really fair comment. So between now and probably Furnace this year, Furnace being in October, we run North Star in May. We've got something called LongCon, which I'd encourage you to think about, which is a convention where you come and you play a game for the whole weekend. And we've got Furnace as well. So we're going to do some work on things like frequently asked questions, maps, and how to sort of navigate your way through the convention, how you sign up, how you offer a game, all that kinds of things, just to make it much easier. So
if anyone's good with a 10 by 10 grid and wants to map the Garrison for us, then
yeah.
That's going to summon Cthulhu.
I was going to say, if that's at the start of a Cthulhu adventure, now it is.
Good acid
You would need that. So just to say, we're going to work on that, and we'll share that with you when we've got that ready, and we'll iterate with that and make sure that our conventions are perhaps a little bit easier to navigate. For today, especially if you're new, just come to either myself or Dom or Elaine, and we'll just help you out. So don't worry about anything. So finally, the final thing to say is after that, so I had a few things I wanted to say this time rather than usually nothing. Have a great weekend. I mean, we set these up so people can come together, tell fantastic stories, have a bit of a laugh, and enjoy each other's company. And that's really all we're asking. So have a super weekend and go game.
And